Hello again.
Hey,
How are you
hello
doing
again.
today?
Yes, I'm doing okay. Yeah.
So, we're talking Mortal Kombat today.
Yeah, I guess we are.
Third film in this franchise, and you and I have talked before about growing up playing Mortal Kombat games in arcades.
Yes.
This time around, you're directing as well as producing. So, how was that for you this time?
You know, I love directing.
Yep.
I've done a lot of it, and I after the first two films, we started to conceive something. I knew that I wanted to do something smaller.
Yep.
I wanted to, pull back. I probably even talked in interviews on the last round about how we could do something smaller going forward.
I think we did talk about that actually.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about this. So I had that in my head as we were making two, is that it's tough, man, to make films with so many characters and try to service everybody in the limited time frame that we have. So for me, I was like, if we get the chance to do another one, I want to strip it down and I want to make it smaller. And when we hit upon this idea of like, we're gonna delve into this idea that there's a multiverse, or you could do that all the endings that you've ever won in any of these games exist somewhere. and they're valid and they're real. The storytelling possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
You can do anything. And so for me, it was like, I've always wanted to make a spaghetti western. I've always wanted to make a Mad Max film. And so it was like, I guess it's a little self-indulgent, in that vein. But it made sense to Jeremy and I that we could be in that world.
Yeah.
Once we hit on this idea that like, we're in a character's ending, and I thought that was the cool thing, because the interesting thing to me about this film is that I feel like, and I hope this is what it is that the audience, especially Mortal Kombat fans, are not familiar. That they look at this opening and are like, what am I watching? You know what I mean? I hope that's the reaction. And then when you get to the end and you see the hourglass and you're like, oh, there's kind of that little hint of mystery, and it's like, that's what they've done. We're in his ending, that to me, I just thought was a cool idea as a fan. So. And it also opens it up to like whatever comes next, if there's a next, or that you can go wherever.
Yeah, absolutely. And you obviously work with NetherRealm a lot on these films. How is that working relationship at this point? Do you feel like you've got kind of free game to do what you want? How's the involvement with them?
I mean, they have been awesome from the beginning. I think they have a lot of trust in us, but also, they care very deeply about this property. It's their thing.
Yeah.
And then also, I care about it very deeply. And I want Ed Boon's involvement.
Yeah.
I want to know if Jeremy and I are going too far off the rails. If we're taking a character somewhere that, like, Ed Boon says that they can never go, then that's something I want to be made aware of.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's not like that. He wants to tell new stories. He wants to see things that haven't been seen before.
Yeah.
And I think he recognizes, too, that the possibilities for storytelling for all of these characters that they've created over 30 years are immense.
Yeah.
And so, and it's stuff that isn't necessarily going to be able to be explored in the games themselves, to this degree. So I think that's the cool thing about working with them.
Yeah, and you had an absolutely brilliant panel last night for Super Sons. It seemed like it went over incredibly well with the audience.
Oh, I hope so.
So how are you feeling now going back out on the main stage to show off some of Snowblind?
Nervous, like always. They're two such different films, that it's really, it's mind-boggling to me that I'm here on this weekend promoting both of them.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a, I mean, I don't think about this stuff when I'm in it.
Yeah.
But like now that you're here, you're like, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it? No, but I love it. And for me, like I said, like when the day comes that I'm not working on Mortal Kombat before, that's going to be a very sad day for me, because the ability to go as far and push things as far and do this sort of grotesque violence that we do, like it's fun to me. I get, so I'll miss it, but yeah, it's a blessing being able to work on such different properties.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck. I look forward to seeing the fan reaction later on. Hope the panel goes really well.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very
I
much.
appreciate it, yeah.
Thanks for watching, Super Friends. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button just down below and hit the bell so that you can get notified whenever we release brand new videos. In fact, there's 2 more waiting for you to watch right here below. So what are you waiting for? Why not click play?